The company started in 1946 with my grandfather, E. Maynard Graffam Sr., in the building that is now owned by Rockport Marine. Most locals know it as a sail-off restaurant. Operated out there for many years, and then my dad, Sandy Graffam, and my uncle Jim joined the business as well with their father. Operated out there until the 60s, and then over time we've moved locations a couple times, and finally in 2008 we moved the operation up to where it is now on 211 Union Street. When I became 13, I started working in the lobster plant, helping pack lobsters, and just absolutely loved it. We're running the business together, my husband and I, as the third generation, with the fourth generation working there now with my nephew and our girls.
We do two parts of Graffam Brothers. In reality, we have our retail end, and that's where we would ship directly to a home or a person, and then we have our wholesale end of that, where we ship to large restaurants and catering companies outside the state of Maine. So that has grown as we have gone on, and now we service 70 restaurants locally through our wholesale division, and we have numerous restaurants and companies we work with outside the state. Now I'm going to say it's probably 40 or 50% online and shipping sales.
We always get a chuckle when a customer calls up after they've received their box of lobsters telling us that they're rotten because they're greenish brown. And all the advertising shows a cooked lobster, which is red. So we oftentimes have to talk people off the ledge that the lobster is fine, they just need to cook it, it will turn red, and it's not rotten.
There was a lot during COVID that we were impressed by. There were a lot of people who went through a lot of hard times during COVID, and they sent lobsters. I think the most surprising one is when we sent enough lobsters for all the doctors and all the nurses that were on one floor of the hospital, where a guy had been for 4 months, and he just wanted to provide a big lobster feast on his last day before he left the hospital. And they like the fact that we are a family business. They like the fact that we're small and that they can talk to the same person every time they call, or that they get responded to. And we take care of what they need or what's gone wrong, and we fix it. We're a family, but we're also a family from Maine, and in Maine, community is a very strong part of any entity. So we have always been very involved with our communities and our organizations. So that's the unique part of being in Maine, is that you can't get by without your neighbors, your family, and your friends.
For me, it's just a family legacy. It's the one thing that my grandfather started, and my father and uncle continued, and it's the one thing I want to continue for myself and the future generations.